Hi movers! Today I am guiding you through a quick and strong flow for your shoulders, your side body, and your core. So we're gonna get started in our child's pose. I've got Bear with me here today for support. My other pets are in Sri Lanka, so I'm just gonna move you aside here. Let's start in child's pose. Sit those hips back towards the heels. Surrender the mind all the way down to the mat. And just take a few moments to establish your presence. Check in with the side body, the core, the shoulders. Check in with how those areas are feeling today. If you're not in tune with how they're feeling now, I can promise you, you're going to be feeling them by the end of this fiery flow. Let's set an intention here. And on your next inhale, let's rise into your tabletop position. Starting with a few cat-cows, make sure we're set up, our bones are nice and stacked here. Take a deep breath in, arch the spine. Exhale, round it out, tuck the chin. Inhale to arch that spine. Exhale to round. Just one more cat and cow, inhale. And exhale, round it out. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to keep the hips lifted here and just shift them over to the left. Walk the arms over to the right. I like to tent up onto the fingertips here to just create a little more space, and I'm just going to bow the head. So we're aiming for a nice side body stretch. Hello, up the left side. Draw the belly in here. Inhale, walk the hands through center. Let's switch. Shift the hips over to the right side. Walk the hands left. Once again, relax the neck, bow the head. And inhale, we're coming back to center. Now we're going to keep the hips stacked directly over those knees and walk the arms out as far as you possibly can into your puppy press or our heart melting pose. So you want to really melt the chest down towards the mat. This isn't going to work, Bear. Melt the chest all the way down towards the mat. And you can rest your chin, okay? If that's a little bit too deep for some of us, go ahead and just rest the forehead down. And feel that nice opening across the chest and the shoulders. On your next inhale, we're going to shift forward into Sphinx pose. So we're lowering the hips all the way down to the mat, making sure that your forearms are parallel and your elbows are right underneath those shoulders. Big inhale, traction the elbows back, pull the heart forward. Make sure you don't forget about the lower body. We are engaging by pressing down through the tops of the feet, pointing those toes, and making sure the legs are active. All right, let's go. We're going to tuck those toes under, lift the hips up into forearm plank. Breathe here, firm those inner thighs. Keep the hips nice and level with the rest of the body here. Holding for 3. Press away from the ground, 2. And for 1. We're going to pick this up now into plank pose and go right back into our downward facing dog. So go ahead and just pedal out those feet, bending one knee at a time. So I'm going to take you through a sequence that adds in a bit of shoulder, core, side body work through your Surya Namaskar A's, so through those sun A's. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Let's exhale, sigh it out the mouth. One more inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Let's walk the feet forward up to the hands. We're going to keep those feet hips distance and just hang out for a few breaths in that forward fold. You can sway a little side to side. Grab those elbows. Option to always bend the knees here if the hamstrings are feeling really tight or if you have any, issues with your low back. We're going to keep the grip of the elbows here. Take a deeper bend in the knees. Slowly roll the spine all the way into our standing position. When you reach the top, the elbows are going to stack directly over the shoulders. Big inhale, reach the elbows back. Radiate that heart forward. And then circle the arms all the way around and bring the hands to your heart center. Okay, give everything a little shake here. Step forward towards the top of the mat, bringing your feet together with just a sliver of space between the heels. As always, if you've practiced with me before, you can keep your feet hips distance for a little more stability. So you choose, and then bring the hands to your heart center. All right, deep breath in, sweep those arms up. As you exhale, forward fold. Option to bend the knees, but bow the head. Inhale, find your nice flat back, long spine. I'm gonna step back here on my mat, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms. We're stepping right back to plank pose. All right, from here, we're gonna lower down right away to that forearm plank. Elbows down to the mat, no wider than your own shoulders. From here, this is kind of where the fire starts. So I want you to float that right leg up off the mat, point those toes. As you exhale, we're gonna curl the right knee towards that left elbow, spin the back heel down flat, and see if you can take that left arm up and overhead. Really press away from the ground, so you're gonna start to feel that right side body work. Good, and exhale, forearm back down, come back to that forearm plank. We're gonna take the other side. Inhale, float the left leg, point those toes. I'm shaking already. Exhale, left knee towards that right elbow. Spin the back heel down flat. Reach the right arm up and overhead. Press away from the ground. Good, and exhale, forearm, I should say, down to the mat. Now, from here, we're gonna start walking the feet up into everyone's favorite dolphin pose, making sure once again that the elbows don't go any wider than those shoulders. Draw the belly and the ribs in. Press away. Keep that spine nice and long. You want to create space between the ears and the shoulders. Option to bend the knees. Just keep those hips high. Slowly walk the feet back. Press up. We're in plank pose. We're in downward facing dog. All right, so I'm already breathing a little bit heavier. I'm with you here. We've got 2 more rounds of that. So if you ever want to spice up your sun salutation A's, this is a great way to do it. Let's exhale, bend the knees. You can step or take a little jump forward. Inhale right into your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, let's do it again. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant those palms. We're back into plank pose. Make sure those wrists are right underneath your shoulders when you step back. Down onto the forearms. Elbows right underneath the shoulders now. Float the right leg. Exhale, right knee towards that left elbow. Spin the back heel down flat. Reach that left arm overhead. Press away from the press away from the ground. We got it. Exhale, come down to that forearm plank. If you fall over, just reset like I did. Inhale, float that left leg. Exhale, curl it underneath you. It's as much of a balance challenge as it is everything else. Exhale, come back to center. Let's go. We're going to walk it up into your dolphin pose. Hold here. Belly and ribs in. Slowly walk it back. Up into your plank pose. Downward facing dog. All right, breathe here. 2 deep breaths. Check in. We've got 1 more. Exhale, bend the knees. Step forward, hop forward. Make your way forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold it out. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Last round. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. We're back in plank. And we're back in forearm plank. Breathe here. Hips are nice and level. This is our last time. Give it all you've got. Inhale, right leg floats. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Spin the back heel down flat. Left arm up and over. Press away. Keep that balance. And exhale, back to forearm plank. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, curl it to the opposite elbow. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Press away from the ground, work that side body. Exhale, forearm plank. Last dolphin pose, walk those feet up. Breathe here. If you ever want to strengthen and lengthen and open those shoulders at the same time, dolphin pose, a dolphin a day is the way to go. One more breath here. Exhale, walk it out. Plank pose. And let's just bring this down into our child's pose. Soften the hips towards those heels. Any variation of balasana that gives you a sense of rest. I like to face my palms open towards the ceiling. Start to slow that breath down. Staying here in this moment of rest for as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for working into the side body, the shoulders, the core with me today. Namaste.